Editing photos from your phone is a super beneficial thing for many reasons. One, maybe you're just in a car, you don't have your computer. Maybe you want to get some sneak peeks to your client before you even leave the shoot, like a wedding, and many more things. And the really cool thing is that if you pay for Lightroom, you already have the ability to do editing on your phone. Today, I just want to go over a few ways you can edit on your phone, how to get it done, and where some features are, and all of the fun stuff inside of editing in Lightroom Mobile. Now, just to get started, down below there's a bar that you'll see that is very similar to the options you see in Lightroom Regular or on your desktop. So number one is actions. So actions will be like selecting a subject, your background, your sky. So it actually has AI features built into the actual app. Now, you sometimes have to have data or some sort of internet connection to use some of these features, but some of them don't require it. It just really depends on the feature you're looking at doing. So you'll notice here, I just selected subject so I could mask the subject already, and that's one way to do it. The other way to do it is to go to the little circle tab, which is your masking tab, and you can add a new mask via subject, sky, background, brush, and get a little bit more in depth with it. And then the next tab over is your presets. So you can use your own presets, you can use your premium presets that are included in Lightroom, or recommended presets based on what it thinks will look good on your photo. So you still have your presets available if you wanted to use them. But the next thing here down below is your crop tool. So this is a fun way to be able to crop in different ways, shapes, or forms, just like you can in the regular app. Then we get to the big daddy boy. So we're to the actual color correcting area where we can change the way the photo looks. So this is where you're going to see all of your normal things that you're pretty used to seeing in the app. You've got your exposure, contrast, etc. The next tab over is your color, like your white balance, your saturation. You've also got the lens blur effect, which is also in Lightroom Mobile. And then you have other effects like your texture and clarity and vignetting and grain. You have your detail tab with your noise and a few other options that you normally wouldn't expect to see in a mobile app, which is really cool. So for me, I'm going to start in the light tab. I'm going to add just a standard little S curve here just to start. And I don't usually mess with my color S curves because I like a very true to color look, so I don't really usually go into those. For exposure, I'm going to drop it just a little bit because it's a little much. And then we're also just going to mess with a few of these other tabs, which it can be a little hard to grab some of these, believe it or not. Now we're going to do the subject masking because this is a really fun feature to have in mobile that you don't really need to go all the way into your desktop app for. And I'm gonna go ahead and just mess with some of the lighting and color on this mask. All right, and now I've done my mask, I'm gonna go ahead and just mess with the photo itself just real briefly. And there we go, just a really quick edit that you can do on Lightroom Mobile. If you click on the screen in the picture area, it'll actually give you a full screen look. But the next thing I wanted to go over here is there's actually an eraser tool. So it'll tell you here it's generative remove. And you can actually go ahead and like zoom into the photo. And let's say I wanted to just take out some of this part of the hat here, which I accidentally added a little bit too much there, but it should still do an all right job. You have to use 2 fingers to move around in this situation here. And the only thing that comes into play when you're using the mobile app is that anywhere that you touch with one hand, it will already do the generative fill. There's no apply button once you do it. It just automatically does it. So let's say I did want to remove that, then that would be the way to go for me, but I'm done with that now and it'll go back to normal, and I'm really happy with the way the photo looks. And then lastly, the other cool thing up here is that you can save it directly to your device, or you can share it with people nearby, and you can export it with certain settings and things like that as well. But the cool thing is you can actually copy the settings depending on what settings you want, just like you can when you're in regular Lightroom, and paste them onto the next photo, which allows you to copy and paste your settings. So you could really actually edit multiple photos in one go instead of having to redo everything every time, which is also a really cool feature that you have access to. And it also has the apply from previous, which is another cool thing. So you don't have to actually copy and paste. You could just go to the next photo and hit apply from previous. So just like on Lightroom, there's a previous button, you can apply to previous. But hopefully that gave you a good idea of what it's like to edit in Lightroom Mobile in 2025. But I'll see you guys on the next video.